Someone just filed a document that says your home is theirs and you were not notified. There is a document at your local county office right now. It has your name on it, has your address, your property description, everything that identifies your home as yours. But you didn't sign it. You've never even seen it. And the person whose signature is on it is not you. So that document says your home now belongs to someone else. And in most counties across America, nobody called you to check. Nobody verified the signature was real. Nobody confirmed you were still alive. The document was filed and your home was gone. This crime, it has a name, title piracy. And the FBI, ABC News, CBS, and Fox have all issued urgent warnings about it. I am Professor Dennis Kenny. I'm Director of Programs at Excel Mind Cyber Institute. So stay with me because the document that I just described could be filed against your home tomorrow without you ever even knowing it. So before I explain how this works, I want to tell you about 3 people. The first is Jessica. Jessica Layton's father died. She moved into his home. She was grieving. And while she grieved, a stranger walked into the county recorder's office, filed an affidavit of heirship, claiming Jessica was dead, claiming he was the next heir. And then 2 days later, he filed a special warranty deed transferring her father's home to an LLC. And that LLC sold it to another LLC. That LLC sold it to someone else entirely. Jessica called the police. They told her it was a civil matter. There was nothing new that they could do. She told Fox 4 News, "This has been a nightmare to say the least." Jessica and her family were evicted. Their belongings placed on the street. The second is Hala. Hala Shami Jakari never sold her land in Concord, Massachusetts. She and her husband, Omar, owned a vacant lot there. One day, they discovered it was gone. Literally gone. Fraudsters had stolen the vacant land, sold it to a buyer. That buyer had already started building a house on it. It's really frightening for a homeowner, said a neighbor who nearly experienced the same thing. FBI Special Agent Barrios went on camera after the CBS I-Team investigation aired, and he said, I quote, "We find that within a 24-hour window, we can sometimes get to the money before it's left the account." Sometimes, not always. Now, the third is Reagan. Reagan Barlio and her husband found a home in West Virginia, one that would give them financial independence. Days before closing, she received wire instructions. They appeared to come from her title company's attorney. Accurate timing, correct branding, the right transaction details. So she went ahead and she wired $255,000. That's her entire down payment. That's her life savings. And on closing day, the funds never arrived. "I froze," she told investigators. "It's horrible feeling to have all of your savings stolen from you." 3 people, 3 different crimes against the same target, their home, their property, their financial future, gone through paperwork, not through force, not through violence, through a forged signature, an intercepted email, a document that nobody checked. So let me make sure that every single person that is watching understands exactly what we are dealing with. Your home has a title. So think of it like a birth certificate, but for your property. It lists your name as the legal owner. It records the history of the property and it lives in a public record at your county recorder's office. So when your home is bought or sold, a new document called a deed is filed. The deed transfers ownership from one person to another. So here is the vulnerability that title pirates exploit. In most counties across America, that deed can be filed by anyone with any name on it, including yours, forged. The county records it, the public record updates, and unless you are actively monitoring your property title, you will have no clue. You will not even know it happened. So there's no automatic phone call, there's no email alert, there's no certified letter sent to your door. In most places, the only way to find out your home has been stolen, the only way is to stumble upon it yourself or to have a neighbor call you. So when a construction crew shows up on your land. Now, let me show you exactly how title pirates operate, because there is not just one method. In fact, there are 3, and each one targets a different type of homeowner. So method number 1, forged deed vacant property. So this is the most common form. The criminal identifies a vacant lot or an empty property. One that is, obviously not occupied. So a second home, an inherited property, a rental, they search public records, which are free and available to anyone online, to find the owner's name and property description. So what do? They forge a deed using the owner's name as the seller and their own name, or a shell company as the buyer. So they file it at the county recorder's office. Forged deed filed. The National Association of Realtors found that 62% of title fraud cases involve vacant land. Only 12% involve owner-occupied homes, which means if you own property you do not live in, you are the primary target. Method 2, impersonation, seller fraud. So the criminal poses as you. They create a fake ID in your name, they list your property for sale, they find a buyer, they collect the down payment, and then what do? They disappear. So this is what happened in Los Angeles, where the FBI arrested 11 individuals who had stolen identities of elderly homeowners. In Santa Monica, Hollywood, Westwood, and Chinatown. FBI Assistant Director Akil Davis said the growing problem of title fraud victimizes homeowners and lenders, many of whom are elderly and have their identities stolen, in addition to their hard-earned money. So method 3. Wire fraud, closing day interception. So this is what happened to Reagan. The criminal gains access to the email of a title company, an attorney, or real estate agent. They monitor the transaction silently. They learn the closing date, the amounts, the wire instructions, and days before closing, they send an email from the compromised account with updated wire instructions pointing to their account instead. The buyer wires the money. The funds disappear within hours, and the real closing cannot proceed. More than 1 in 5 consumers report receiving suspicious communications during a real estate closing. 50% of title and escrow companies say they encounter suspicious activity at least quarterly. Now, let me show you what this is actually costing people. 2023, 9,521 victims, 145 million stolen. 2024, 9,359 victims, 173 million stolen. 2025, 12,368 victims, 275 million stolen. 3 consecutive years of growth, not slowing down, accelerating. And seniors carry, the heaviest burden. They represent 19% of victims, but 44% of all losses, because seniors typically carry the most equity and are least likely to be monitoring their property records daily. The criminal does not need to hack a database, does not need to break a password, does not need to write a line of code. He just needs to know your name, your property address, and the address of your county recorder's office. All 3 are freely available online right now. Now, I want to address something directly because some people watching this might think, Professor, this is a real estate story, this is not a cybersecurity story, but it's both. And here is why. Every title piracy scheme starts the same way, with data, your name, your address, your property details, you identify the documents. In most cases, that data was stolen in a breach. The Equifax breach, the Change Healthcare breach, the National Public Data breach. Over 3 billion personal records exposed across those 3 incidents alone. Your name, your social security number, your address history, all of it is available to a criminal on the dark web. For the price of a monthly subscription, that data becomes the raw material for a forged deed, a fake ID, convincing impersonation. The data breaches is just the beginning. The forged document is the end, and the gap between those 2 events is where GRC framework would have intervened. So AI is now accelerating every part of this process. Certified ID's 2026 State of Wire Fraud Report confirmed AI is being used to generate realistic emails that mimic tone, cloned voices, impersonating buyers, sellers, agents on calls, deep fake videos, messaging confirming fake wire instructions. This is not a pen and paper crime anymore. This is a cyber crime that is wearing a real estate mask. So here's exactly what you do. 6 steps. Every single homeowner, every property investor, every person saving for a down payment. Step 1, sign up for property alert notifications. Most counties now offer a free service. It sends you an alert by email or text. Anytime a document is filed against your property, you will receive notification. Go to your county recorder's website today. Search for property alert or deed monitoring. Sign up for every property you own in Massachusetts. After the CBS I-Team investigation, every registry of deeds now requires this service to be available. Check what your county offers. If they do not have it, call your county representative and demand it. Step 2, run a title search on your own property. You do not need a lawyer to do this. Go to your county recorder's website, search your name and your property address. Look at every single document filed against your property. Do you recognize all of them? If anything looks unfamiliar, contact a real estate attorney immediately. Step 3, protect vacant properties first. If you own land that you do not live on, a second home, an inherited property, or a rental, those are the primary targets. So check them first, visit them regularly, and set up property alerts on all of them. Step 4, verify wire instructions by phone before any real estate transfer. Before wiring any money in a real estate transaction, call your title company or attorney directly, using a phone number that you found yourself, not the number in the email, not the number in the wire instructions, a number that you looked up independently, and confirm the wire instructions verbally every single time. Now, this one step would have saved Reagan's $255,000. Step 5, consider title insurance and check what it covers. Standard title insurance protects against past claims on your property, and not all policies cover fraud committed after you purchase the home. So go ahead and ask your insurer explicitly, does this policy cover deed fraud or title theft that occurs after my closing date? If the answer is no, ask what additional coverage is available. Step 6, report immediately if you discover anything. If you find a document that you did not sign, do not wait. Contact the FBI at ic3.gov immediately. Contact your local FBI field office. Contact your county recorder to flag the document. Contact a real estate attorney the same day. FBI Special Agent Barrios confirmed within a 24-hour window, authorities can sometimes intercept funds before they clear. So every hour you wait is an hour the money moves further away. So let me go ahead now and zoom out for a moment, because there is a pattern sitting underneath every story I just told you. Jessica's father's deed was stolen through a public filing system that required no identity verification. Hala's vacant land was taken through a process that never notified her a document had been filed. Reagan's down payment was stolen through an email system that had no authentication protocol for wire instruction changes. So 3 different methods, 1 common failure. Nobody was asking the 3 questions. What do we have? What could go wrong? And what are we doing about it? A county recorder's office running proper governance would require identity verification before accepting a deed transfer, would send automatic notifications to the property owner on record, would flag unusual patterns like a deed filed on a property with no recent sale activity. A title company running proper risk management would require verbal confirmation of wire instruction changes. They would flag last-minute changes to payment details, would have a documented incident response plan for the moment that a suspicious email arrives. So none of these are technological breakthroughs. They are governance decisions. Someone sitting down and asking, what is the worst thing that could happen here, and what are we going to do about it to stop it? Now, the organizations building those frameworks right now, county governments, title companies, real estate platforms, mortgage lenders, are looking for people who speak that language. Not coders, not hackers, GRC professionals, governance, risk, and compliance. Texas just passed 3 new laws this year, specifically criminalizing deed fraud and empowering victims to get restitution. That legislation was built by people who asked those 3 questions and turned the answers into policy. That discipline, turning risk into governance, is what I teach at Excel Mind Cyber Institute. That gap between where you are and that career. I'm telling you right now, it's not talent. It's not the degree, it's the language. And you can learn it faster than you think. So we started this video with a document, one that had your name on it, your address, your property, but not your signature. That document is not hypothetical. It has been filed against thousands of homes across America, against Jessica's father's house while she was grieving, against Hala's land while she was living her life, against Reagan's future days before she was supposed to move in. 275 million stolen last year, growing every year through forged signatures, stolen identities, intercepted emails, and a recording system that files first and asks questions never. But now you know. So sign up for property alerts today. Run a title search on every property you own. Check your vacant properties first. Verify wire instructions by phone before any transfer. Confirm your title insurance covers post-purchase fraud, and report anything suspicious within 24 hours. That document with your name on it does not have to become your story. So share this video with every homeowner you know. They do not know this is possible, and now you do. So hit subscribe. Get new breakdowns like this every single week. And if you want to become the person who builds the governance frameworks that stop these documents from ever being filed, the link to Excel Mind Cyber Institute is in the description. I'm Professor Dennis Kenny. Protect yourself and the people you love. And I will see you in the next one.